Good Tuesday morning. Welcome inside the 977 The Bolt Studios for yet another edition of the Your Care Mission Radio Show, presented, of course, by Humboldt County Memorial Hospital. My name is Nathan Blackwell. I am the host of the program. This morning, we're talking about speech therapy, and who better to talk about speech therapy than Michelle Bush. Good morning, Michelle. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you.
Awesome. Well, speech therapy, we talked about this last year. I remember having you in studio discussing speech therapy. This year, you're back around the same time, if I can recall correctly, discussing speech therapy. So, all told, what is speech therapy?
Well, I'm going to kind of give you the basics of what speech therapy
Sure.
is. It's an intervention service that it's provided at Humboldt County Memorial Hospital. And we focus on a person's speech and abilities to understand and use language. So speech therapists or speech language pathologists, which is the more technical term of what
Right.
I'm called, are the professionals who provide the service. And there's kind of three components to speech therapy. First, there's the speech, which is how we coordinate our mouth and how we say our words and say our sentences. And then there's the language part of it. It's understanding language and how we use language. And then we also address swallowing disorders. And so at HCMH, we treat people of all ages, from pediatrics all the way through geriatrics.
Now, you talk about understanding language. Are you seeing an uptick in, I guess, the side of, with phones? I guess I'm going with this, phones and social media, and we're always on our phones, and the lack of face-to-face communication has really decreased. Are you seeing any changes, I guess, overall in the industry of how people are not having or having more trouble, I guess, with face-to-face interaction and understanding language face-to-face with humans and interacting with speech in that regard?
There has been a little bit of research that's actually showing that we're beginning to have a transition into
Right.
people interacting differently.
Yes.
And it's something that we as speech therapists are going to have to start researching more.
Right.
Because certainly society is changing and
Right.
technology and stuff. And so we try and utilize technology more and more
Right.
in our therapy services and sort of try and stay abreast of that.
So what kind of technology do you guys have in your speech therapy center? I mean, what do you guys all do for your patients there, I guess?
Well, we currently, we have the availability of using technology such as apps, interventions, technology like, say, our LSVT program is computerized, so we use computers, and so then you're able to have some biofeedback during intervention, so you can see what your progress is visually using computers.
Now, you guys talked about the wide gamut of things you guys provide over at speech therapy, but what are some common disorders, I guess you could call them, that people come to you with? What are some trends you're seeing in Humboldt, and what have you, I guess, seen the most of since your time at speech therapy here at HCMH?
Well, we've seen quite a few different diagnoses there. Of course, we have lots of people who come in who have suffered from a stroke
Right.
and are having trouble talking and understanding language, making themselves understood to others. It's very frustrating for them. So
Right.
we're able to sort of help them to feel more confident and be able to communicate better. As well as with Parkinson's disease. We see quite a bit of people who have Parkinson's who are having trouble speaking with enough volume and making themselves understood to others during conversations and things like that.
From the patient side of things, if it's not something like that where they have a disease or something that has impaired their speech physically like that, why would someone want to come to you if their child is having a hard time pronouncing certain letters? I mean, what are the long-standing benefits of going to speech therapy, and how can you kind of sell a parent on bringing their child there to work on that speech, something that they might think is a little bit more minute than what you obviously would do with it?
Well, we certainly will treat children who have developmental delays and are having trouble talking, saying their sounds, making themselves understood, and Sometimes we'll see children who are autistic, who are having some pragmatic difficulties, people with traumatic brain injuries, whether it be children or adults. They will also benefit from speech therapy as well.
Yeah, it's just an interesting thing to me because I love speech. I love interacting. I love the face-to-face communication. I love learning
Well, you
more
gotta
about
talk
it. Yeah,
to each other.
yeah. It's what I like to do, and I've always been long fond of how people communicate with each other and how they use their speech and articulation and fluency to kind of get across a message. So it's all pretty cool to me what you guys do. Now, if anyone has any questions or is looking for more information, how do they get a hold of you guys? How do they book an appointment? Set times up
Certainly.
with you.
Right. If they have any questions or if they would like to set up an evaluation and they have a referral from their doctor, they can call the therapy department at HCMH at 515-332-7621, and they can talk to me or schedule an appointment, and I'll be happy to answer any questions they have.
All right. And anything else you'd like to add or touch on about the speech department before we take a break?
Oh, that's fine.
All right. Michelle Bush with the speech therapy department at HCMH, laying it all on the line, giving us all the good information regarding that. We'll take a break, come back with some events coming up at the hospital right after this on the Your Care, Our Mission radio show.
Hi, my name is Jacob Miller, Humboldt County Memorial Hospital's new certified registered nurse anesthetist specializing in pain management. Don't let pain manage your life and schedule your pain consultation with me today. I offer many types of pain relief, including lumbar, thoracic, cervical epidural steroid injections, medial branch blocks for cervical and lumbar back pain, blocks for knee, hip, and shoulders. Pain is unwanted and difficult to tolerate. Call Humboldt County Memorial Hospital today and ask to take your first steps in managing your pain at 515-332-7669. Referrals welcome but not necessary. Our mission is to always provide you with excellent pain management so you can get your life back. Your care, our mission.
Welcome back inside the 977 The Bolt Studios. Nathan Bleckel with Michelle Bush as we detail some events coming up at the hospital. There's a couple of really big ones coming up, Michelle, including the groundbreaking ceremony.
Yes, we have the exciting groundbreaking ceremony happening April 3rd at 1 p.m. here in the parking lot of the hospital. So we're all excited about the expansion of the hospital, and there's going to be lots of new and exciting things happening with that.
Right.
So, and we'll keep keeping you abreast about the changes
Exactly.
and everything that are happening there. Yep. And something else on the list that's happening is we have a CPR class going on April 5th. It's a free class. It starts at 6:30 and runs to 8:30 in the HCMH conference room. If you want to receive your Heart Saver card, it does cost $22.
All right.
So that's a good thing to do, because then you can go out and have a knowledge about how to save a life.
There we go. And then I think you have one more. Yeah?
One more. On April 12th, we have the Women's Health Night Out. That starts at 4:30, and it's at the River Valley Orchards and Winery. The keynote speaker starts at 6 o'clock and runs to 8 o'clock. It's free admission, free appetizers, so it should be a nice evening.
All right. Michelle Bush giving us all the details on the events coming up at the hospital. Thanks a lot for coming in today, Michelle.
Thanks for having me.
All right, that's another edition of the Your Care Mission radio show, presented, of course, by Humboldt County Memorial Hospital. If you miss anything on Michelle's great early portion regarding speech therapy, you can log on, www.977thebolt.com. Have a great day.